Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be a little bit different. So we just got back from Colorado last week. We've had a lot of people message us, where'd you stay, what kind of gear did you use, just a whole lot of questions. So we did want to make a video kind of going over a couple of those things, and in this video we're going to review our top 10 pieces of gear that we use. So before we get too far into this list, I do want to let you guys know I do have Amazon affiliate links in the description area of this video. So if you guys want to look into getting any of these things, you can go down into that area and just click on the link, and then it'll take you right to Amazon. You can find the products there. So the very first thing that we wanted to go over is this Colorado Backcountry's 4-wheel drive trail book. This is a book I purchased about a month prior to leaving for this trip, and honestly, if it wasn't for this book, we would have been lost.
Yeah, so it's about $40 for this book. I'm sure they have it for other states if you're interested in other states. We did see it in a couple of the stores when we were down there. There's about 100 trails listed in here for Colorado. They are labeled in color by easy as green, moderate as blue, difficult as red. And throughout the book, you can find in the front and the back names of the trails, so such as Holy Cross in here. It gives some pictures that people have thrown in. It tells you exactly where to start your trip odometer, how many miles to the next point, obstacle, where to turn. It does show a small map in there, which is helpful, and labeled, which area is the hardest that you're going to be on versus the easiest, exit routes, starting points. There's also some trails in here that may not be very popular, but worth checking out.
Hundreds of trails in Colorado, if not more than that, and this book has 90% of them, I would say. So it's a really good thing to have. The other thing too that I really like about it too is it does point out to have points of interest essentially. So when we were on Engineer Pass, it said at 4.4 miles, scenic cabin on the right. So we got to the 4.4 mile marker and there was a scenic cabin on our right. So, it's just really good to have to find all the points of interest and just trail information. Next thing on this list is the Jackery 1000 and this Solar Popo 100 watt solar panel. So we were camping off-grid at Salton Campground, no running water, no electricity, nothing. So we pretty much ran our fridge and all of our electronics off this device here. Now, the biggest thing with the solar panel is you want to make sure it's in a good sunny spot. That first day we didn't really have a whole lot of sunlight, it was a lot of overcast. It didn't really keep up with charging the Jackery, but as soon as I moved it, it was able to keep up with the output of our fridge versus what the income was from the solar panel into the Jackery.
We were kind of tucked into trees too, so that didn't help, so we had to move it closer to the creek that was there, which probably did help reflecting some of that light off of there.
Oh, absolutely. This was more than adequate to power our fridge, which is the main reason why I wanted it. There are multiple ports on it. You can, cigarette lighter ports, your 12 volts. You have 3 just standard wall adapter, and then you do have a couple of USBs and a couple of USB-Cs as well. This is where you're going to put your inputs from your solar panel in here, and then this is also a different input just for, if you're going to plug it into a wall. Having a good solar panel and pretty much a battery, this is essentially a battery. If you're going to be camping off-grid, it's almost a must. Jackery has a good reputation, and that's why I went with them. Alright guys, this is my very old Dometic CF35 fridge. I've had this fridge for years. Before this fridge, coolers, the cheap Walmart ones with the white and blue top or whatever it is, those essentially they suck. You gotta put ice in them every single day to keep stuff cold. Most days they don't even keep stuff cold the entire day. Every day you're running into town grabbing more ice. This, you don't have to worry about that. And it does get extremely cold. You can get it cold enough to freeze ice cream, keep ice cold. I've had this fridge for, 3 or 4 years now, and it's still holding up strong. So they don't make this exact model anymore. It's kind of an outdated model. They do have an updated one, which I will link in the description below. It is the same exact size as this one, but I think there's just newer developments with it, like you can control it via Bluetooth from your phone. This one you're not able to. This is old school. But like I said, it's worked awesome for us for years. And what's great about it is with the Dometic 35 in the back of the Gladiator, I have a fridge slide back there. I just put this on there, I slide it in, and we're still able to close our tonneau cover. If you go with a much larger fridge or a taller fridge, with the Gladiator, you won't be able to do that.
We had everything from drinks, bacon, eggs, meat,
milk,
pepperoni, milk. It will freeze milk, it will freeze eggs.
Yep.
If you put stuff on the bottom. It's nice too because it's easy for kids to get in and grab a snack if they want.
Yep.
You're not digging through water from ice melt in there and then everything's soggy. Leftovers keep really well in here. Yeah, you can fit quite a bit in here.
All right, guys, if you want to keep your ladies happy and they're out camping with you, they want to be clean.
This was my first time using this and it wasn't exactly too user-friendly, I will say. I'm 50-50 on this.
Yeah.
Scott will tell you how it works, but I don't know. I felt like it was mainly mostly soapy water coming out and then I couldn't rinse. But
it depends on how much. So it's called the Geyser System. There's two different forms of this. This is the heated version and there's an unheated version as well. I feel like if you're going to get something like this, you want it for the heating element in it. The biggest downfall with the heating element is it does take a while to warm up, and this was probably the biggest battery killer for our Jackery. So when our Jackery was running low, it's just because I was charging this off the Jackery. A couple of days into the trip, we're like, well, it's probably a better idea to just run it off the truck. So I would start the truck up and then use this to kind of warm everything up. So it's all self-contained, which I thought it was kind of cool. It's actually made in Montrose, Colorado, which is literally just down the road from where we were. So everything is in the top here. Take the top off. You have your power cord in here, and then you have your scrub brush in here as well. And it does come with 2 scrub brushes. So what you guys are going to do to get this going is you're going to put your water in here. I think it's 2 liters of water that this will hold, and then you're going to put your cap back on, and then you're going to plug this in, and then plug this into either your truck or your Jackery or whatever you want to plug it into, and that's going to start the heating element. And then before you turn everything on, you want to make sure you plug your scrubby or your thing in here, and to do that you just take this piece, pull this down, and then it kind of locks in place. Once that's on, everything is plugged in. There's a little switch here. What you're gonna do is there's a pump switch and then a heat switch. You're gonna hit this up and that's gonna turn the heat on. And like I said, it does take a while to heat up. It will heat up to 100 degrees, which is basically, you know, bath water or like hot tub water or something like that. Maybe 10 minutes worth of shower out of it.
Yeah. Me, our daughter Quinn, and you got the last bit of it. It was just enough.
I got enough water after they used it to like literally get soapy, but not enough to rinse off. So I was just covered in soap. But you know, I was clean. So it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's a good option if you're off grid and you want to take a shower.
Yeah. Otherwise, baby wipes.
We
all
use,
that stuff works just fine.
Yeah, we use baby wipes too, but you only get maybe a day or 2 with baby wipes, and then you start, well, I start stinking anyway.
That's just a you thing.
Yeah, I think it's just a guy thing. But I think this is a really good option if you guys are looking to take, you know, basically, essentially a sponge bath while you're off-road or off-grid. All right, talking to the guys out there again, if you want to keep your ladies happy, having a toilet. What's great about this is it's so compact. We did have another toilet that we were using off-grid, but it was huge, it was massive, it was way too big. All right, so we upgraded to this one here, and honestly, it's nothing fancy. It folds down really small. So when you get it out of the bag, open it up. These open. It's got a bottom portion that you're just gonna pull down. And then you're gonna put one of your bags right here. And then this flips up. It's just like that. It holds us just fine. I'm 180 pounds and I can sit on it no problem. You know, like I said, we didn't have access to bathrooms or anything like that near where we were at. So having this was kind of a game changer.
It worked well. A couple things I think they could improve on, maybe a lid or a top, something just to close.
Yeah, just to keep the smell down maybe.
Yeah, and we talked about different ways to possibly, I mean, everybody poops. When you're out there, you have to poop. So, I mean, we were changing bags between all three of us. I mean, you know, you have a little kid too, and then you change it out, tie it up, put it in your pile, and then, you know, find your place to dispose of it. We talked about a couple options, maybe bringing some kitty litter, possibly some of like, you could get like the gel beads or something to put in there, like just something to maybe try out. We'll have to try that next time, but we thought maybe that would help not use so many bags and maybe keep smell down. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't horrible. I mean, it's better than digging a hole and throwing that out. So
I mean, this is one of those things. It's not a super fun topic to talk about, but it's one of those things that when you're off-grid camping, a solid place to poop is a solid place to poop.
It's hard for little girls.
I mean, us guys, we don't care. We just walk out in the woods and go, right? So another thing that we did bring with us to Colorado is this portable propane fire pit. So a lot of times in Colorado and a lot of places out west, they have burn bans just because, you know, it's really dry. And we didn't know if we were gonna run into that or not. And obviously we wanted to have a campfire. So we did bring this with us from home. It is just a standard round propane fire pit. What's great about these is you hook them up and they instantly light up. They're good to go. You don't have to worry about finding kindling or firewood or anything like that. And then when you're done with it, just switch it off and good to go. We did cook over this quite a bit. Sarah will tell you.
Yeah, we had a metal grate that we just stuck over, and we were able to cook pizza. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but we were able to cook pizza. We cooked up. I pre-made chili before we went, and then we froze it. And like we talked about that fridge earlier, it stayed frozen in that fridge all the way in a plastic bag.
A brick of ice.
So we threw that in a pot, threw it on top, cooked that. We did hot dogs. We did s'mores.
Like I said, the downsides are you don't get that true bonfire experience.
It doesn't really keep the bugs away.
Yeah, so you don't have a regular smoke from a fire, so you know your bugs are gonna be out and about.
But all your stuff doesn't stink like bonfire from this when you're trying to pack it all away. So.
Yep. Okay, so we moved the table out of here because now we're on to some bigger things, and the Yahoos have joined us.
We got friends.
Yeah, we got friends. So sleeping arrangements. So essentially, I have my own cot, and then Sarah and our daughter had their own queen-size air mattress. So the cot is a pretty standard military style cot, and I couldn't find the exact one on Amazon. I did find one that was very similar to it, and I linked that in the description below. So if you want something that's one person and you need something a little bit harder to sleep on, I would prefer the cot, or someone like you would probably prefer the cot as well. Now my wife and daughter, they like something a little bit softer, so we do have an air mattress here. This is a company called Interplex.
So it's pretty easy to set up. It fit in one side of our tent, which was nice. Obviously, if you don't need a queen and you're just looking for, I'm sure they have golds or twins probably. Most air mattresses come that way. Super easy to set up for us. Unfold it. On the back side or the front side. This one's really nice. Once again, you have to have somewhere to plug it in though, otherwise it's not gonna do you much good. So we would just plug it in to here. On here there is an on-off, and then for inflating and deflating. So you would turn the inflating one up.
Really using the Jackery, it blows this thing off in like 30 seconds to a minute. Not too bad. It probably took a minute or two with the Jackery to fill it up from nothing to what you guys see here.
It worked really well. It held the air really well. Every couple days we would just flip it on again, blow it up real quick just to get it a little bit harder. But that was two of us sleeping on it, laying on it, Quinn jumping on it, which we don't recommend, but kids.
Alright, so the next thing on our list is this portable picnic table. This was actually given to us by one of Sarah's family members. They just were never using it, so they gave it to us, and it's been awesome. And the reason why I like this is it's a picnic table. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room in the back of your vehicle, and a lot of these places that are rustic, it's like you're not going to have a picnic table or a place to sit down or have dinner or whatever. So what's great about this is, like I said, it's small, it doesn't take up a lot of room.
I think it does come in other colors if you don't like the green.
I think it does come in black as well. It's gonna open up like a briefcase. And it's got these these legs here that are gonna fold out. All right, so once you fold it out, it's probably easiest just to set it on its top. Fold the legs out. And then there's these pads that you're just gonna lock in place. All right, and then we gotta flip it back over. Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go, you got a table.
Yep. So like I said, it's been perfect for us for camping. I've used this on multiple camping trips. And for just a small compact picnic table.
You can put an umbrella if you'd like.
Yeah, we ate pretty much dinner every single night at this table. And like I said, it's been great because other than this sitting arrangement, we just had those fold-up chairs and that was about it. So, you know, this was really, really nice to have. Alright, so this is tent 1 of 2 that we did use while we were in Colorado. This was our changing tent and our bathroom tent essentially. What I do like about it is an instant tent. You can have it up, I think it was about 3 minutes I had it up. All the poles are already pre-attached, so basically you just pop up the top, take your sides, pop those up.
There's vents in the bottom to let the water drain through.
Oh yeah, good point.
So it's not a solid bottom tent. You know, you can stick towels, clothes up here while you're getting changed. We stuck toilet paper and, you know, hand sanitizer in there. Yep. So
we had our little toilet in the one corner and then the shower in the other corner. And essentially we used it for changing, showering, toileting. It worked really, really well. All right, everybody, we saved the very best for last. This thing is a huge tent. This is the Gazelle T8 tent. It is heavy. It weighs 55 pounds. So this is the one that we use and it's been awesome. So we're gonna set it up real quick and show you guys it. All right guys, it was that easy. I think it took 2.5, 3 minutes to set that thing up. But yeah, let's take you inside and show you around. So once you guys are inside the tent, there's 2 portions on each side that need to be popped up, and they're super easy to do. Sarah will show you. There you go. Sarah's barely 5 feet tall, 5'1", and she was able to get that on her own. Lots of windows in here, really big space. So on this side of the tent where Sarah is at, we had the air mattress set up. And then we had her suitcases over in the corner. We had the Jackery over in that corner. Over here, I had my cot set up. And then on this side over here, we had a table set up. And then underneath the table, we had the fridge. And then just, you know, just odds and ends. There's 2 openings to the tent. This is the one on this side. And then you have the other opening over on the other side. So, I mean, it is a lot of space. You can divide it if you guys want. It does zip down and it, you know, divides it into 2 separate tents. We just usually just keep it open. The other thing too is the tub on this tent. It's a really thick material and it is removable. So if you guys wanted more of a rustic experience, I suppose, you want to sleep with the bugs, you could take the bottom portion of it out. We usually just keep it in.
It does have a rain cover over it, but if you wanted it out, you knew it wasn't going to rain, you could take that cover off and just have this open. The tent didn't leak.
At all. I had tents in the past where it just downpoured us and it was like you weren't even in a tent at all. Everything just kind of leaked right through. This thing kept us dry for the 10 days that we were out camping and it was awesome for us. Plenty of space to move around in.
Lots of pockets for things.
Yep.
I mean, we hooked things on the bars and they held up, towels, sweatshirts.
Yep. I mean, it's got these that you can put your towels and, you know, jackets and stuff in. Every single night at the end of the night, you know, I was putting my wallet and my keys in these ones here. Yeah, just lots of pockets, lots of space. You know, good sized tent if you have, you know, a small family or even medium sized family.
Always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave questions, comments below.
Yep.
Scott will do the answering.
And like I said, we are Amazon affiliates now, so if you click on any of the links below, and if you guys purchase anything off that, you know, Amazon will throw us a couple pennies, which helps the channel out. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. We will catch you in the next one.
Keep watching Trail Expedition. Quinn wasn't here to say it.